You haven't had me on one of your records.
Yes, I have.
That would be
No, I was on your record.
you were on my record.
When country superstar Blake Shelton and pop rock powerhouse Kelly Clarkson get together, sparks always fly, but not in the way you might expect. For years, fans have been watching their hilarious banter on The Voice. Where their playful rivalry kept audiences laughing week after week, they've roasted each other, traded jokes, and pulled pranks that made viewers wonder whether the tension was real or just an act for the cameras. Then, in one unexpected moment on The Kelly Clarkson Show, Blake Shelton said something that made fans stop in their tracks. He joked that he and Kelly were so related, they probably share a toothbrush. At first, it sounded like another silly one-liner, but the way he said it, casually, without planning, made the moment unforgettable. The studio audience gasped, then exploded into laughter, and within minutes, the clip was everywhere online. People weren't just laughing, they were debating what he really meant. Was Blake confirming something fans had suspected for years, that their bond goes way deeper than just TV co-stars? Or was it simply a country singer's way of explaining how close they truly are? Whatever the answer, one thing became clear. Blake Shelton had let the world see the truth about his friendship with Kelly Clarkson, and that truth was even more fascinating than anyone expected. To understand why Blake's comment shook the internet, you have to look back at his long history with Kelly Clarkson. Their on-screen chemistry on The Voice has been one of the show's greatest treasures. While other judges focused on coaching and strategy, Blake and Kelly often stole the spotlight with their fast, witty exchanges. Kelly would roll her eyes at Blake's country jokes, and Blake would tease Kelly about everything from her song choices to her Texas roots. It was the kind of rivalry that kept audiences glued to the screen. Not because they were fighting for real, but because it felt like watching two siblings compete. Every sarcastic comment and exaggerated sigh added fuel to the fire, and fans ate it up. Still, people wondered, was this just for the cameras? After all, reality TV often scripts or encourages dramatic interactions, but what made Blake and Kelly different was how natural it all seemed. Their jokes didn't sound rehearsed, and their laughter always felt genuine. When Blake finally made his toothbrush comment, fans realized this wasn't just TV magic. Their playful roasting was rooted in something much deeper, a genuine friendship and connection that went far beyond the stage. The toothbrush moment wasn't just another funny soundbite. It became a cultural moment almost instantly. Picture it, Kelly Clarkson steps out in a stunning electric blue power suit on her talk show, radiating confidence. Moments later, Blake Shelton strolls in with his laid-back country-style denim jacket, cowboy boots, and a mischievous smile. Their personalities clashed in the most entertaining way possible. The banter started as usual, Kelly poking fun at Blake's Oklahoma roots, and Blake smirking like he had something planned. Then came the line, "Kelly and I are so related, we probably share a toothbrush." For a split second, the room went silent. Then the audience erupted into wild laughter and shock. Kelly herself couldn't stop laughing, doubling over with tears in her eyes, unable to even respond. It was raw, unfiltered, and hilarious. But underneath the laughter, fans felt something more: honesty. Blake wasn't reading from a script, he was letting slip just how deeply connected their lives really are. Social media immediately exploded with reactions. Memes, stitches on TikTok, and Twitter threads flooded in. Some fans joked about country cousins, while others demanded a duet. Within hours, the moment was viral, proving once again that unscripted, genuine exchanges often leave the biggest mark. Of course, Blake Shelton and Kelly Clarkson aren't literally related, but his joke carried a truth about how deeply their worlds overlap. Nashville, the heart of country music, is a small, tight-knit community. Careers, friendships, and even families often intertwine in ways outsiders find surprising. Kelly's ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, is the son of Narvel Blackstock, who managed Blake for years. They'd already tied their personal and professional lives together long before The Voice. Add in the fact that they've worked with the same producers, songwriters, and industry friends for decades, and it's no wonder they feel like family. Blake's comment about sharing a toothbrush wasn't about actual bloodlines. It was about describing the closeness that comes from constantly crossing paths in both work and life. For fans, this explanation made perfect sense. It's why their on-screen rivalry feels so natural, why their jokes land with such authenticity, and why they can push each other's buttons without crossing a line. They're not just colleagues. They're part of the same extended music family, bound together by years of shared history. Blake found the funniest way possible to sum up something. That's actually quite real. They're connected in ways most fans never fully realized. The roots of Blake and Kelly's friendship go back much further than TV talent shows. Their paths crossed years earlier in Nashville's buzzing music scene, long before either of them became household names. Picture a smoky bar in 2006, where Kelly, fresh from her American Idol win, but still proving herself as more than a reality show star, belts out "Since You've Been Gone" with raw passion. Blake, already finding success with hits like Austin, watches with admiration. Their first interactions weren't dramatic headlines or viral clips. They were simple, human moments between two artists navigating the chaotic world of fame. Over time, that connection grew stronger. They supported each other through the ups and downs of the music industry, from label struggles to personal heartbreaks. When Kelly married Brandon Blackstock, Blake wasn't just a guest, he was part of the family circle, and when that marriage ended painfully, Blake quietly offered support, showing that his loyalty went beyond public appearances. Their friendship was built in the trenches through struggles, late-night talks, and private jokes nobody else could understand. That's why their bond feels unshakable today. It wasn't formed in front of cameras. It was forged through real-life challenges and shared victories. Kelly Clarkson has always been outspoken and unafraid to be herself. And while that honesty has made her beloved, it has also landed her in hot water. Over the years, she's faced public criticism, whether it was Clive Davis pushing back against her album My December, backlash over parenting comments, or negative headlines about her talk show's workplace environment. Through it all, Blake Shelton has been there in his own way. He doesn't jump into public fights or release long statements. Instead, he supports her quietly. When she fought with her record label, Blake checked in privately. When the internet criticized her parenting, he simply reminded her she was a great mum. When her talk show faced workplace allegations, insiders say Blake anonymously sent pizza trucks to her staff, a small but powerful gesture to show support. This contrast in their personalities is part of what makes their friendship so strong. Kelly is fiery, outspoken, and unafraid of confrontation. Blake is calm, steady, and prefers humor or quiet loyalty over public drama. Together, they balance each other out. Fans love watching Kelly roast Blake on stage, but, behind the scenes, they respect how he always has her back when the spotlight gets too harsh. The moment Blake made his related joke, fans didn't just laugh, they mobilized. Social media turned the comment into a movement, with memes, TikToks, and polls dominating the internet. Some compared them to Chandler and Joey from Friends, while others called for them to finally record a duet. In fact, the idea of a Blake and Kelly collaboration isn't new. Blake once mentioned in a 2012 interview that he wanted to sing with her before we're too old to remember the words. Now, more than a decade later, fans are demanding it more than ever. Hashtags like #Yodel with Kelly started trending. Inspired by Blake's playful remark that he would only duet with her if he got to yodel, fans flooded Kelly's and Blake's social media pages with requests, creating the kind of buzz most record labels dream about. What started as a silly joke quickly became a full-blown fan campaign. The excitement shows just how invested people are in their friendship. They don't just want to watch them tease each other. They want to see that bond come to life in music. And if it ever happens, the internet will likely break in celebration. Blake Shelton's offhand comment may have been a joke, but it reshaped how the public views his bond with Kelly Clarkson. It turned years of speculation into confirmation. Their friendship is real, deep, and rooted in shared history. This isn't about rivalry or competition. It's about two people who have built trust and loyalty over decades. And that's exactly why fans love them. They represent something rare in the entertainment industry, a friendship that survives fame, pressure, and constant public attention. The toothbrush comment gave fans permission to fully embrace what they had always suspected. Kelly and Blake are like family. For the future, this means more playful chaos on stage, more viral moments, and hopefully, a long-awaited duet. Kelly Clarkson and Blake Shelton may seem like two very different people on the surface. But that is exactly what makes their bond so fascinating. Kelly is often described as bold, energetic, and outspoken. She has that larger-than-life stage presence that can light up any room. Blake, on the other hand, has that laid-back country charm, a calm energy that feels grounded and natural. While these differences could have kept them apart, they instead created a balance. Over the years, their friendship has grown into something fans often compared to family. Blake has joked many times about Kelly being like his annoying little sister, while Kelly calls him a protective big brother. This brother-sister dynamic explains why their banter on The Voice was so entertaining. They teased each other, made fun of each other, but at the same time, it was clear that they would always stand up for one another. This kind of natural chemistry cannot be faked, and it is one of the biggest reasons fans are always drawn to their interactions. When Blake Shelton casually admitted that he once used Kelly Clarkson's toothbrush, fans could hardly believe it. It was such an unexpected confession, and the way he said it so relaxed and unapologetic made it even more hilarious. Kelly's reaction was priceless. She laughed so hard she almost fell off her chair, but she also made sure to let him know just how gross it was. The moment instantly became a fan favorite, spreading across social media within hours. Memes, GIFs, and short clips were everywhere, with fans joking about how close you have to be with someone to share a toothbrush. Some fans found it shocking, others found it funny. But most agreed it showed just how comfortable and genuine their friendship is. In Hollywood, where many relationships feel staged or fake, Blake and Kelly's natural bond feels refreshing. The toothbrush story may sound silly, but it perfectly captures the honesty and openness between them. Behind the jokes and playful moments, both Blake and Kelly have gone through difficult times in their personal lives. Blake's highly publicized divorce from Miranda Lambert left him in the middle of constant media attention. Around the same time, Kelly went through her own painful separation from Brandon Blackstock, which also attracted headlines. During these moments, their friendship became more than just playful. Banter it became a source of strength. Blake was open about how much Kelly's honesty and humor helped him stay grounded. While Kelly has often said that Blake's calm and supportive nature gave her comfort when she needed it most. They didn't always talk about their struggles on camera, but fans could sense the unspoken support between them. Their ability to remain real with each other, both in good and bad times, shows why their connection goes far beyond a TV set. One of the most interesting things about the Blake and Kelly friendship is the way fans respond to it. Every time a clip of them together goes viral, the internet fills with comments like "we need a duet from them," or "why don't they do a show together?" The toothbrush confession only made these demands louder. Fans love how real they are, and many believe their chemistry would translate perfectly into music. There has been talk in fan communities about how powerful a duet between the two could be. Kelly's powerhouse vocals and Blake's smooth country tone would create a unique mix of pop and country that could appeal to millions. Some fans even dream of a joint tour, imagining how fun it would be to see their banter live on stage. While neither Blake nor Kelly has confirmed anything, they have both dropped little hints in interviews that suggest they might not be against the idea. Celebrity friendships often feel temporary. People come together for a project, appear close for a while, and then move on. What makes Blake and Kelly different is how their relationship has stayed strong even when they were no longer working side by side on The Voice. They continued to support each other in interviews, concerts, and even on social media. Fans notice when a connection is genuine, and that is why their bond has lasted in the public eye. Instead of competing with each other for attention, they lift each other up. Instead of pretending to be perfect, they laugh at their flaws together. In a world where many celebrities are focused on image, Blake and Kelly remind people that sometimes the strongest relationships are built on laughter, honesty, and a little